Greetings everyone, BJ Weller back here with you for another episode of Island Warfare, the newest map, the newest world for Stronghold Kingdoms. We're in day 3. What do we got going on here? Just by returning from attacking the wolf. Excellent. So we've got Oligus, who is now steward. So working on Pasmakanan, as close as I'm going to get. So we've got some upgrades good going in there. Some coffers flowing in. Okay, somebody's got some honor goods, because I don't. What do we do here? Anything we can really donate? I was able to upgrade that earlier, but I really don't have enough food at this point in time. Of course, I can't vote for anything yet. See what we've got here today. Calm seas mean inter-island journeys will take the standard journey time. Now on day 2, it was 3. So it was fair weather or something like that. I forget what it's called, but it basically triples the inter-island journey time. So, of course, we are now in Belosar. Finally figured out a name for our village. So it is now Belosar. And our new help should be over with. Yes, all our new player help done with. We have sunny spells for another day. Good, 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 good. Let's repair that, please. Thank you. Good. Getting in there nicely. I think, what is our max again? 6,000 indeed. Okay, we do have a siege camp, which arrived yesterday. Unfortunately, that throws a little bit of a chink in our plans. I was planning on ranking up at least a peasant. As you can see, I've got plenty of honor right now, probably to cover peasant and serf. At the very least. I think it's, was it 50, then it goes 150, so I probably could even get to the lane at this point with the honor I have. Unfortunately, I got, ooh, nice. Nice. Anyway, unfortunately, I did, yes, my premium token expired that I got from questing. At Siege Camp, I don't want to rank up until the Siege Camp is done, because I don't have time to build up an army to defend against the much higher, much thicker attacks, I guess you could say, with the higher ranks will bring. So, while its Siege Camp is in the parish, I am going to remain a yokel for now and just gather up my honor from their attacks. As you can see, with that repair I did, I was able to defend without them breaking through just from the keep itself. So even with the basic level 1 keep, it can stave off these siege camp attacks, or at least the early ones for the most part. Of course, we did make the parish donation, which helped us a bit, so we can get some honor, gold, and faith points, which is nice. So we will complete that for certain. Got scout out of wolf, lair, cultured peasant, research arts, which I already did, so that's a quick and easy completion there. And we'll collect that. Scouts 2, successful foraging trips 5. That will be easy enough. And do we have a wolf lair? Of course, that's already been destroyed, so we can't very well scout that yet, can we? So we'll have to keep that in mind next one we see, try to get there before somebody blows it up. But in the meantime, let's do we have anything within, we can scout some apples. So this guy's going to take them, so that's no good. Just we got some meat down there, which those guys might end up taking. Oh, we got some apples there. That's perfect. So what we'll do is scouts. We will send 1 scout at a time. That way this will count for 2 of those trips anyway. Let's make sure we activate that. Let's get back in here. So we have been scouting a bit of stashes. Forging. Of course, that was our stonecraft, which we used to beef up some of our stonecraft, or some of our stone gathering production. That was the horse master we saw. That was the master forger. Of course, that was the team player. Basic stuff. So far, honor goods have not appeared. I don't think honor goods actually appear as stashes until after a few days. I forget what the exact number is. 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, something like that. And of course, weapons never appear. See, I don't think anyone's advanced enough in 3 days to control any countries yet. About provinces, no provinces under control. Counties, we do have a few counties. House 9 and House 10. House 9 has one of the islands there. 6. Okay, there's of course a few parishes. Looks like House 9, House 10. There's a few other houses now. Of course, we saw House 3 earlier as well. A couple of parishes on day 1. Nice to get into House 3 since we're in House 3 on USA 2. We want to be in a house that will benefit us the most. Of course, I've got to rank up a bit more before I can get into a faction, let alone a house. So we will worry about that later on in the week. In the meantime, yes, the enemy arrived yesterday. Has since launched 2 attacks. It probed us, as always, the first attack. So let's check these 2 attacks out, shall we? 4 peasants, so basically just like a tutorial attack with 1 extra peasant at this point. Oh, there you are. Speed things up a bit. So at this point, the rank I'm at, it's going to only be peasants, and they'll just be increasing in number for the most part. As you can see right now, 4 peasants are really little trouble for our keep. And even here with 6 peasants, the same thing. The keep was able to hold that off. Now, for the remainder of the tax, that might be a little iffy, but it's something we'll just have to deal with, and we'll have to take the honor hit if need be. It would help, though, if I changed the stone fence to wood. So a little change of plans too is going to initially start building the great towers. Of course, with the siege camp here, that's not going to help us too much. So what I probably should do, when was this last attack here? 10 hours ago, so 12 hours. So I might end up getting attacked again in the next couple hours, but that should be enough time to at least get a couple of stone walls built up here, at the very least. least this will give us a fighting chance anyway. Alright, so 3.5 hours. Hopefully that'll give us some room to breathe. Hopefully I can actually get this complete before a siege camp attacks again, because that'll definitely help. What level is our keep? Yeah, we're level 1. Our scouts heading out. So when we do rank up, we won't have to worry about that. We still want to do a little bit of scouting increase here. So what rank will we be? We will be rank 4, which will actually open up quite a few things. The first thing I think I'll want to do is at least research, throw a point into engineering here to start increasing our storage space to help out a bit. So that'll probably be our first point into engineering. Farming. Got ways to go before we have to worry about pig breeding. That'd be the next one available to us. So we don't have to worry about farming at this point. Of course, industry we don't really worry about because we use just building multiples of things, which we have done. So beefed up production anyway by throwing down some more woodcutter huts and stone quarries. Of course, we've got good ale production going now. More than enough to cover the 20 peasants that we currently hold, as does our food. So we're good on those fronts there, so don't have to worry about that. And of course, without having to pay taxes yet, until we actually reach rank 4, we can help build up our gold coffers a bit. We've got 2 free peasants. 2 free peasants. Or unemployed peasants, I should say. I'd be debating whether to build another stone quarry, but I might want to hold off until, save those 2 peasants until I rank up and research some more stuff, because actually within industry, tools, so okay, we've got to be serf before we can do iron mining anyway. Banqueting will open up. I have to debate whether I want to start banqueting as well or not. That's the question. Of course, it's not till we're Villain, I believe it is. Right, Villain, to where we can start building our army. So we don't have to worry about that quite yet. So we don't need to put any research into here until we hit Villain. At which point we can at least do the first round of banqueting. So, what do we have? 2 free points that unlock with 4. So we're going to do engineering. Now, the main one, of course. Here, I can't do diplomacy yet. Defenses. No point doing defenses till we can get our army built up, too. Scouting, we can increase our scouting a bit. That's the question. 2 free points. Do we go for an additional scout? Do we begin banqueting? Because we actually need 2 points here. That just unlocks the use of venison. Can't actually create venison until we go there. So that would be 3 points there. I really need to work on scouting too, so that's the question. I do have research card packs, but I want to save them. since I am on multiple worlds, I got to figure out which world would I really want to use them on. Because initially I wasn't going to play Global Conflict. I just did just one episode really on the Global Conflict server just to show it off. But now that I am invested in Global Conflict, I might want to use some stuff there, as well as Island Warfare here. Interesting. Since those two seem to be the most interesting to all our viewers, we definitely want to keep doing videos about the worlds that you're interested in watching. So it's definitely going to be Global Conflict and Island Warfare. As you can see on our YouTube channel, we do have a playlist dedicated to these two worlds now, for easier viewing. Decisions, 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 and of course we've got quite a few crowns. Oop, that's not what I want to do. Let's go back to game, thanks. There we go, that tells me. We've still got quite a few crowns. We can buy some 30-day tokens. Of course, I will have to use a premium token on USA 2 so I can move some stuff around in my villages. But regardless, we're almost there. Let's see what we've got here. Didn't make contact with my parish mates here. So who was... Yes, okay. Well, it just is the Frenchman. Bonjour, mon ami. Took French way back in high school for a few years. Pretty much forgotten almost everything about it. But of course we do have Google Translator, so we're all going to work together, hopefully, to build our parish up. And we also have a fan here in Bolt Griffin. So we actually might hook up in a faction with good old Bolt here. So welcome, Bolt. Thank you for watching. One of my YouTube fans there. I'm glad you enjoy what I'm doing here. Sometimes us content creators have to wonder whether we're actually doing anything that's entertaining. So I'm glad all my subscribers feel that they are being entertained with the videos I am doing. Of course, if there is anything you guys do want to see, within reason, of course, leave a comment in YouTube channel or mail me in any one of our various games that we do. Shoot me a mail, in-game mail, and let me know if there's something in particular you want me to talk about. We did have a fan who wanted me to do some tips, so we do have a couple of tips and tricks episodes for Stronghold Kingdoms as well. Based directly on viewer feedback about how to do, about at least my recommendations. Of course, everybody might have a differing opinion on what to do, but you know, based on how I play and based on, you know, my experiences with the original alphas and stuff like that, the game really hasn't changed all that much in that time. You know, of course, questing is a new system and stuff like that, but the very basic gameplay really is the same as it was in alpha. And I believe I mentioned this in early on in my Living in America videos, which feature World USA 2. I do mention that a few times. I believe that, you know, the game was fairly well polished for an alpha at that point in time. And you know, some of the basic gameplay here. In fact, I think the last alpha I pursued, Alpha 4, which was the actual last alpha before it went into beta, siege camps were the newest addition to that alpha. And they're just as annoying now as they were back then. The same annoyances to where they can still attack villages that are in peacetime, which I found an annoyance back then, and I still find an annoyance now. But be that as it may. So we've got 2 trips to go. I think I will definitely want to beef up scouting too. So, well, we definitely want to do education. So, of course, I'll never remember this by the time I end up ranking up after the siege camp is gone. But right now, the initial plan is to throw in a point to engineering. I think I'm going to hold off on banqueting for the moment. So I'm not going to be really using a lot of honor right now, because I do rank up slow, so I don't really need to do much honor generation. So what we do want to do, so we will do engineering, and we'll have 3 points for Castellation, and I might save that for ranking up to Serf and throw 3 points into Castellation. So then that opens up diplomacy too. I think my other two points will be engineering and here in the horsemanship. Maybe I'll throw 1 into horsemanship and actually start beefing up foraging a little bit too. Or perhaps add another scout. So that's why I've gone. Global conflict, I haven't done any foraging yet, but I do have 4 scouts, so maybe that's what I'll do. And just at least work on the horsemanship so I can speed up and actually make scouting a little bit more worthwhile here. But that's where we're at right now. Just a real quick update. Of course, since I generally do not play too many cards, like I will play the resource cards every once in a while to help beef up production as needed. But since I usually don't play too many premium tokens or cards, it will be slow going in the first early rounds here, but that's good. You don't actually want to outpace your ability to really defend yourself. So this is above all still a strategy game, much like its predecessors, the single player Stronghold games. So you always want to do everything with some kind of strategy in mind. So just a quick check-in here. We'll probably check in another couple of days, maybe on day 5. And hopefully by then the siege camp will be gone. Hopefully this will be one of those quick 3-day siege camps. But we'll see. In which case we can rank up on day 5. If not, I'll probably wait until the siege camp is gone and I can rank up, and that's when we'll do the next video anyway. Of course, we will continue our foraging so we can complete this quest and keep an eye out for a scout lair, or wolf lair too, so I can grab some fishies. Help boost our popularity for a few hours anyway. Well, that's it for now. Greetings from Pasmakinen. And this is BJ Waller saying thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you in game.